Yato yato yami gato nasimba. Pahina simma ridayena simma. Nasimha madim sharara prapade. Tavakara kamala varenaka adhuta shinga talita hiranyakashipu tanubhinga keshavadrita harahari rupa jai jagadisha hare jai jagadisha hare jai jagadisha hare. Jaya Narasimha Narasimha Jaya Narasimha. Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Bhakta Prahlad. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. श्री नरसिम्हा भगवान की, प्रहलाद महाराज की, निताई गौर प्रेमानंद हरि हरि बोल।
हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. On behalf of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, we welcome you all to Sunday Feast program here at Sri Sri Kishore Kishori Temple. Thank you all for coming. Is there anybody who has come for the first time? First timers? Please keep your hands up. We have a small gift for you. Please do keep coming back. We have this program every Sunday, 5 o'clock till 8 o'clock with nice vegetarian feast at 6:30. 6:30 till 6:30 we'll have a small talk here. Before we start, certain important announcements. So, who is ready for the biggest festival of the summer? What is that? I don't see any enthusiasm. I don't think we can, pull out Rath Yatra like this. Come on, Hari Bol! Ki Jai! So when is it? It's on Sunday, 16th of June. Please mark your calendars. Starting at 11 o'clock, the posters are up there on the TV there. Mind it, the starting location is different from the earlier years that we have been doing. If you can see the address there, it is Elboyne Avenue. It's on the other side of the Sheridan Road. So please make sure you don't go on the other side, because many people have the habit of going back to the Howard Street. So it's not the same location; it's a different location. Rath Yatra parade will start at 11. We will, as you see, we'll then park at Loyola Beach where we'll have all our festivities. So, as you know, it's a very big event. We need a lot of help with respect to time and money both. So, time in the sense, if the volunteerships, if you can help us in any way, if you are ready to and want to volunteer for the Rath Yatra festival, please see Hemangi Radha Mataji. She's sitting outside. She'll take your names and then call you guys, as and when the volunteer opportunities open up. Also, there is opportunities to donate. We have Radharaman Prabhu here. You can talk to him if you want to donate. There is Navin Krishna Prabhu who is in the store. You can talk to him as well, or Rajpati Prabhu. Also, we have very interesting news, exciting news. We have special guests coming for the Rath Yatra. How many of you know Madhava Prabhu? Hari Bol. So he is a very world-renowned Kirtanier, wonderful Kirtanier. He is going to be here on the Friday evening, that is the 14th evening, starting at 5 to 8, I believe. The Kirtan is going to go on. You do not want to miss it. Please make sure you come here. Prasadam will be served Friday evening. You are also going to be in Naperville on Saturday evening. Then we are also going to be in the Rath Yatra festival also. So please make sure you come. He is a very sought out Kirtan leader. He is coming here to Chicago to just participate in the Rath Yatra and give us his association. Also, we will have Chandramouli Swami, His Holiness Sanjamoni Maharaj, coming for the Rath Yatra festival as well. So please do come and attend the Rath Yatra festival, the wonderful Rath Yatra festival that we are organizing. So for today's speaker, we have His Grace Yamuna Chiman Prabhu sitting right here. He's come all the way from Naperville. We welcome him with a big and loud Hari Bol. Hari Bol! Many of you know him. He had served here in Kishore Kishori. His family now moved to Naperville and he's serving there. I'll just read out a little bio for those who don't know him. Yamuna Jivan Das has been a Bhakti Yoga practitioner for over 15 years. He and his family served at the St. Louis Temple as a temple leader, college preacher, pujari before moving to Chicago. He leads many outreach initiatives, including college program at Northwest University. His college preaching is very close to his heart, and I personally know him. He was introduced to Krishna consciousness through college preaching. So he's a very dear friend of ours, also a very, very eloquent speaker. You'll see the presentation, Practical Spirituality. The topic of this month is importance of seva, just to get us prepped up for Rath Yatra festival. So please, everybody come a little closer. We will have him speak here. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Also, please keep your mobile phones on silent.
Okay. Microphones is a science in the Hare Krishna temple. Actually, it's an art, not a science. Okay.
This is good.
I hope so. Good, thanks. Hare Krishna. Is there any way to tighten this? Maybe this will work. Okay. Om Jnana-timirandhasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Juta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vinda Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Nice to be at Kishore Kishori Temple for a Sunday feast after a long time. I think the last time I had given a talk here at the Sunday feast in Kishore Kishori Temple was the Sunday just before the pandemic hit and we closed our doors. The temple closed our doors. So the Sunday was, I think it was sometime in March 2020, March 9th maybe, 2020, I gave the last Sunday feast and then COVID hit. So now I'm giving the Sunday feast again. There's difference between correlation and causation. Hopefully there's no causation principle involved here. But thank you, Chaitanya Kishore Prabhu, for inviting, and nice to see some old faces and friends that we're seeing after a long time, and a lot of new faces as well in the last 4 years. A lot has changed for me. For one, I moved from being 10 minutes away to now 1 hour and 10 minutes away, being in Naperville. So, but besides that, as time passes, a lot changes. So the topic was, the theme for this month is for the month, right? The theme for the month is the importance of seva. Seva meaning service, the importance of service or devotional service. So I decided to title this particular talk as Practical Spirituality. And a subtitle, oh shoot, hold on a second. Is it not working? Oh, there you go. Okay. Where rubber hits the road. I assume you're familiar with this phrase, this English phrase, which means when rubber hits the road is when things become really practical, right? When you take something that's abstract and theoretical and you make it really practical, that's when the rubber hits the road. By the way, anyone here for the first time, just to get a sense of Or let me phrase it another way. Anyone here that's kind of newish to Krishna consciousness, new to our Hare Krishna movement? Just a show of hand. Okay, so I'll sort of tailor the discussion to accommodate persons who are new as well to some of this. All right, practical spirituality. Here's a picture. There's a picture of our founder Acharya, Srila Prabhupada. He's the guru who brought the teachings of the Hare Krishna movement, or I would say the teachings of the Vedic tradition that goes back more than 5,000 years old. And he brought it in 1965 to the United States and then spread all over the world in 12 quick years. 108 temples opened, and now we have about 600 centers and temples all over the world. Millions of people have ascribed to this teaching and to the lifestyle of a devotee. So, I'm going to start with a little story of Srila Prabhupada, of how he would encourage his devotees to not be in the realm of philosophy only, but to actually do something practical. There was one time one of his disciples, name was Vishal Prabhu, Vishal Das. He was in his mid-30s at the time when Prabhupada was here, and he was kind of rotund, a little on the plumper side, and he would, often he would just chant on his beads even when he was talking to you. And, slightly eccentric nature, that when Prabhupada was walking by, he would just glorify Prabhupada, and, with some verses from the Bhagavatam and the Bhagavad Gita and such. So one time, this was before a morning walk. Prabhupada would go for a morning walk every morning. Before he went for the morning walk, he was walking past the door and he saw Vishal. Vishal saw Prabhupada, and Vishal started to say this verse from the Bhagavatam that said, "By the will of providence we have met your goodness." And he wanted to continue that verse. Prabhupada immediately stopped him and he said, "And by the will of providence you have not seen this puddle of water over here?" And he was taken aback because he didn't, he was hoping to glorify Prabhupada and see a smile on Prabhupada's face and get that warmth of affection. Rather, he got chastisement. So he was taken back. He's like, "Oh, sorry, Prabhupada, I'll take care of it for you." And Prabhupada said, make sure you clean it up, because this puddle of water, people will walk over it and the shoes will become dirty and such. And he says, do something practical. Instead of simply glorifying. Glorifying is nice, but simply glorifying or simply getting stuck in some mental space or head space, do something practical. So that was the message he gave this particular devotee. And later, the devotees, as they were walking out, they started to talk to Prabhupada and said that some people criticize us as spiritualists that we don't do things practical. We sit and chant. I often think about this. Some of us who practice Krishna consciousness, we have a daily ritual of chanting the Hare Krishna mantra and meditation for 2 hours every day. 2 hours every day of sitting and doing nothing, literally. Like, we're not being productive. As the economists of the world will look at us and say, how are you contributing to the GDP of America for those 2 hours that you're spending with those beads, just saying the same thing over and over and over and over and over? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. We just do that for 2 hours every day. It almost seems like we're impractical. So these devotees were telling Prabhupada that people look at us and say that we're impractical. Prabhupada's response: Krishna consciousness is actually a practical side of yoga. And It seems like we're not doing anything when we chant for 2 hours a day, but actually it is the most powerful thing to do, because what we're removing from the heart and the mind is this force, this rajasic force, this passionate force to get stuff done. And that rajasic force to get stuff done is what binds us in this material world to take birth again and again and again in a different body with the same soul, but in a different body, in a different body, in a different body. It's that force to get things done. At the same time, it is very important to use one's energy in practical service. While the chanting process is there until one is fully purified and can simply sit quietly and only chant, takes a lot of purification, it is very essential to marry the two, where we have a meditation process, mantra meditation process of connecting with the divine and doing something practical. So Prabhupada said, Krishna consciousness is not mere sentiment and an excuse for doing nothing, nor are devotees incapable of real achievement. And Prabhupada himself was like a most fascinating example of real achievement. What he could do, what he was able to accomplish in 11 short years, and actually the entirety of his life, was just phenomenal. In the history of the world of spirituality, there's never been anyone who's been so accomplished in terms of producing results as Srila Prabhupada. So it's not that while we do have practice of internal cultivation that may seem that we're not being productive, there's a very strong need to also. Hare Krishna. There's a lot of devotees here from Naperville. We should have just driven together. Save some gas. Hare Krishna. Nice to see you. So, let's define Bhakti Yoga. So you can repeat after me if you like. This is a verse from the Narada Pancharatra that defines Bhakti Yoga. There's different kinds of yoga, but this is a definition specifically for Bhakti. So, you can respond after me. Sarvopadi vinirmuktam tatparatvena nirmalam rishikena rishikesha sevanam bhaktiruchyate. Bhakti or devotional service means engaging all our senses in the service of the Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the master of all the senses. When the spirit soul renders service unto the Supreme, there are two side effects. One is freed from all material designations. And two, one's senses are purified simply by being employed in the service of the Lord. Two benefits. The first benefit is Sarva Upadi Vinirmuktam. A nice exercise is to consider the various designations or upadis we have for ourselves. Upadi means a designation. There are, according to the Bhagavad Gita, not us. They are temporary designations. For example, I'll give you my example. I'm a man. That's a temporary designation. I'm a father. That's certainly a temporary designation, right? And once I pay the college fees, then my being a father pretty much starts to enter retirement. I'm a husband. That's a temporary designation. 25 years ago, I wasn't a husband. 25 years later, who knows? Probably not. I am an employee. I am, whatever, I have so many designations. I am unintelligent. That's a designation sometimes I'll give myself. So these are everything that we might say about ourselves generally is this layer of covering upon us called a upadhi. It's a upadhi. It's something that's covering this real self. That designation gets cleared out by devotional service, by bhakti yoga. That's the first benefit. The second benefit is that our senses become purified. We each have senses. We have the eyes, nose, ears, tongue, taste, smell, touch, skin, genitals, walking, speaking, punching. All of these senses, the 5 working senses, the 5 knowledge acquiring senses, every sense, if used in service to God, becomes purified. So, this verse, when it's defining Bhakti Yoga, it is directing us towards actively using our senses in service to God. Here's a nice picture, by the way. On the slide, you see a picture of a famous devotee. His name is Jayananda Prabhu. And he was known as the devotee for Rath Yatra festivals, which is coming up in a week, right? And he was very practical, super practical. He would always engage in practical devotional service, and he was such a charismatic but yet humble fellow. He would invite all the other devotees, or not just devotees, but people off the street, please come and help build a Rath Yatra cart. And he would do it with the most minimal resources possible. That was his quality. That he didn't want to use Krishna's money and want to waste Krishna's money. So he would, in a very frugal way, stand up an entire Rath Yatra cart from almost nothing. So he used his intelligence, he used his senses, his carpentry skills, his practical abilities to build a Rath Yatra. And Srila Prabhupada was so appreciative of this quality of Jayananda that Prabhupada would often rely on him in many ways. In fact, he unfortunately he died of leukemia before even Prabhupada had left the planet. And when Jayananda left his body, Prabhupada's appreciation for Jayananda was, he's gone back to Godhead. He's gone back to the spiritual realm. Because of how much practical and humble, humility-infused service he did. One thing I want to bring to our attention here is the word bhakti. Prabhupada would often translate bhakti as not devotion, not service, but devotional service. It's a feeling. Bhakti is a devotion. It's a feeling, but it's not just a feeling. It's active service. It's doing something practical with one's senses. And so it's devotional service. And it's not just service either, because a lot of people in this world are doing service. Right? I take many long drives sometimes, and you'll see these big trucks that have on the side of them, we're at your service. Whatever you want to transport, we're at your service. You go to a hospital, everyone's talking about, we serve our patients. You go to a school, everyone's talking about, we serve the students. That's not bhakti. Service by itself is not bhakti. Devotion by itself is not bhakti. Devotional service is bhakti. That's the point. And so Prabhupada will always translate bhakti as devotional service, actual practical activity. All right. Any guesses of what story this might be related to? Any guesses what that is? What's that? Clean the bathrooms. So I'll tell you the story. This is very early in our movement, okay? Srila Prabhupada was giving a class, like I am giving a class right now. He was giving a class to a number of persons in the audience. And all of a sudden, somebody walked in through the door he's been defined as a bum, meaning he was a homeless person that didn't really have a place to go. So he walks in, and he walks in with a toilet paper. He went straight to the bathroom, fumbles his way, walking past all the devotees who were just sitting and wondering, who's this guy? Like, where's he come from outer space or what? And he walks through all of them, went to the bathroom, replaced the toilet roll. And he just walked out. He had no interest in the class. We see that sometimes. People are just not interested in the class. He was not interested in the class. All he wanted to do was to replace the toilet roll in the house of worship of Krishna. And everybody was flabbergasted. Prabhupada looked at the audience and he said, this man has caught Krishna's attention. Because Krishna is grateful for someone who even turns a screw in the temple. Practical devotional service. Yeah. There was one person who used to just come to the temple just to do some carpentry work. He was not interested in practicing like a chanting or trying to live in the temple or anything like that. He was not particularly interested in pursuit of spiritual life. He just wanted to serve in some practical way. And so Prabhupada responded when devotees asked, what if someone wanted to do service but is not serious about spiritual life? Prabhupada said, if someone turns one screw in the temple, his life can become perfect. One screw. Do we have any screws that need to be turned in the temple? Lots of temple. Lots of screws. So if you want to turn a screw to make your life perfect, please see Radha Raman Prabhu or Chaitanya Kishore that we have. I wouldn't mind if you have something I can do. Okay. All right. Next week. I want to share a little story of Narad Muni. From theory to realization. In Sanskrit, there are two terms. There's a term called jnana. Anyone know what that means? Jnana? Knowledge, simple. Vijnana? Practical realization or scientific realization or science or just realization. Vijnana is where the rubber hits the road. Vijnana is practical spirituality. The story is in the very first, for those who may not know, in the Bhagavatam, which is, if you've heard of the Gita, the Bhagavatam is the it's a graduate study. So the Bhagavad Gita is like a undergraduate study and the Bhagavatam is the graduate study. In the very first canto of the Bhagavatam, the first story that's being described is the story of Srila Vyasadeva. Vyasadeva is this luminary, powerful personality who captured all of these ancient truths of the Vedas in literary form. Powerful person. And he had already captured a bunch to a point where he was pretty much done. At the same time, he was feeling something missing inside. His heart had a pinprick, as Prabhupada would say. Anyone have that feeling sometimes? You know, you're going through life and there's something that's bothering you. Money is okay, family is okay, health is okay, social life is okay, but some pinprick is bothering you. Vyasadeva was experiencing that. And just at that moment, from nowhere, as a flying spaceman arrives Narad Muni, his spiritual teacher. And Narad comes and teaches him the reason that your pinprick in your heart that you're feeling, this little sense of anxiety, this sense of something's missing. That's because in your literature you haven't fully and totally and absolutely glorified and highlighted, put strong emphasis and highlights on Krishna, on God. And if you do that, then you'll be completely satisfied. Yenatmasu prasidati. So he did that, but before he did that, Narada continues to tell his story of how he became who he became, a great spiritual teacher. And he starts with this pastime, or this little story, that Narada was in his previous life, before he was actually Narada, in his previous life, he was a young boy. And that young boy had a mom, and that mom had a little Vedic Airbnb, you could say. And in that Vedic Airbnb, she would allow various people to come by and stay for some time. She would serve them like a bread and breakfast, so to speak. And during the 4 months of a rainy season, Chaturmasya is what it's called, several sages had come called the Bhaktivedantas, and you see them in the picture here. And during that time, Narada Muni, as a young boy, would do what? Practical service, practical devotional service. He would go to the sages and he would serve them food. He would clean up after them. And he was a very gentle, quiet boy that these sages had so much affection for because of his humble mood of service. Narada, just because of this practical service to the sages, and then the sages themselves, speaking of highly spiritual topics, he probably didn't understand much of it because he's just a young boy. But because of being in their association, he was influenced. He was impacted by their spirituality. And the story goes on where he then, on the right side here, you see how he is now teaching the luminary of all Vedic literature, Srila Vyasadeva, who then composed it all. So, how did Narada become the spiritual teacher that he became? Practical devotional service. It's going to be like a mantra for today. Practical devotional service. Practical spirituality. In the Srimad Bhagavatam also, again, there's the story of how Krishna is appreciating. As Krishna is walking through the forests of Vrindavan, he observes the trees and he really appreciates how the trees are in complete service to humanity. I have a nice apple tree right outside my front yard, and I'm admiring the marvel of nature of how initially beautiful flowers came from the tree. It looks really nice, white flowers at the break of springtime, and then all those flowers fall, the beauty goes, and the leaves come out fully, and then you start seeing these little, whatever you call them, little fruitlings, blossoms of fruit, and it just like little tiny thing. Apples are so small when they start growing, and then it starts growing a little bigger, and now it's like a walnut, and it is going to get bigger and green apples, and then it becomes red, juicy apples by the time September comes. So if you guys want some apples, usually we have lots of apples, and it's free. We will not charge because it's coming from the earth. But the appreciation is how trees just give themselves. They give us fruits, flowers, and Krishna was appreciating fruits, flowers, shade with the trees. And as the summer is progressing, trees provide us such beautiful shade. And so Krishna talking to Balram, points to these trees. He says, Etava janma safalyam dehinam iha dehisho prane arte diya vacha shreya acharanam sada. It is the duty of every living being to perform welfare activities for the benefit of others in their life or with their life. 4 things: prana, artha, dhiya, and vacha. Prana means with your life energy, artha with wealth, dhiya with one's intelligence, and vacha with one's words. It's the duty of everyone to serve others in these 4 ways: prana, artha, dhiya, and vacha. Just like trees do. All right, so practical devotional service. We spend a lot of time with that, yes? In the Bhagavatam, there's a nice verse that says, Pramattamocheriti kritya chintaya pravraddhalobham vishayeshu lalasam tvam apramatta sahasa vipaddaseshu lelihano hirivakumantakaha. This is a exchange, for those who may know, this is an exchange between Muchukunda and Krishna. And Muchukunda speaks about having to-do lists. I like it because I keep to-do lists and it's very instructive. How many of you keep to-do lists and you try to get that to-do list checked off? That to-do list, according to Muchukunda, that people become mad, pramattam, with to-do lists and get stressed out by getting stuff done. All of this service or devotional service that we may be prompted to do, the caution is to not make it a to-do list. What is our inner life while we practically serve? What's going on inside? There are 3 different modes of nature. There's goodness, there's passion, and there's ignorance. And these 3 forces impact everyone in different degrees. Goodness, passion, and ignorance. Even devotional service, practical devotional service can be done in goodness, passion, or ignorance. And there's a long description which I won't get into of what each of those facets look like. Devotional service in goodness, where it's done out of duty. Devotional service in passion, which is done out of wanting some recognition for oneself. Devotional service done out of ignorance, done out of anger or resentment. Oh, I have to clean the dishes again. Crap. Resentment. So this devotional service can be done with any kind of motivation. What's our inner life while we're doing practical devotional service? I want to share with you a meditation that has been for me last week or so. This is a picture of Srila Prabhupada, and it talks about what is the heart of a devotee. What is the heart, the glimpse of the heart of a pure soul when they engage in practical devotional service? So for one, there's an eagerness. My dear Radha, my dear Krishna, please engage me in your service. By the way, for those who are new for the first time, Radha is the female counterpart of Krishna. And Krishna is the male counterpart of Radha, and they both are God. So you could say Radha and Krishna together make up the concept that we know today as God. So I'm going to play this audio clip, and I invite you, please pay special attention to try to capture every word that is spoken, because I've heard this maybe 50 or 100 times so far, and it's still never enough. It's so beautiful. It's really beautiful. Please listen.
Jimang bhaktya prajit. The real thing is bhakti. What you can offer to Krishna, everything belongs to Krishna. What you have got, what is your value? And what is the value of your things? There is nothing. Therefore, the real thing is bhaktya. Real thing is your feeling. Krishna, kindly take it. I have no qualification. I am most rotten fallen. But I applaud this thing for you. Please take. This will be accepted. Don't be prepared. Always be careful. You are dealing with Krishna. That is my request. Thank you very much.
I'll play it one more time. Please try to capture everything. If you haven't caught it, please raise your hand and I'll try to repeat.
Dhimang bhaktya prasith. Real thing is bhakti. What you can offer to Krishna, everything belongs to Krishna. What you have got, what is your value? And what is the value of your things? There is nothing. Therefore, the real thing is bhaktya. Real thing is your feeling. Krishna, kindly take it. I have no qualification. I am most rotten fallen. But I applaud this thing for you. Please take. This will be accepted. Don't be prepared. Always be careful. You are dealing with Krishna. That is my request. Thank you very much.
The inner life of a devotee feels, I'm rotten, I'm fallen. And it doesn't take too much to realize that when we look at our lives. But we have nothing. Everything is from Krishna, and if we give something back to Krishna, we're not doing him a favor, we're doing ourselves a favor by offering some practice. So Baba Prabhupada said, I'm fallen, I'm rotten, but I'm giving you something. Please accept it. That will be accepted. That mood. So beautiful. So this, when we engage in practical service after practical service after practical service, rather than thinking of a checkbox to our to-do list, to consider this is an offering to Krishna. I have the great opportunity, the great gift to give something to Krishna. And it's for you. Prabhupada, it's for you, Krishna. Service leads to attachment. I realized this strongly in my life. Several years ago, I had the opportunity to serve a godbrother. A godbrother was experiencing the final days of his cancer treatment and he was leaving. He was in hospice care. And I had the opportunity to bathe him and change his underwear and clip off, doing very, very personal things. And Radharaman Prabhu, you might remember, we traveled with him, came to Chicago from St. Louis in a plane, and he was going to then fly from Chicago to Vrindavan to spend the last 2 weeks of his life. And Radharaman Prabhu had traveled with him because he was anyway going to India, so he went with him. I had flown from St. Louis just to drop him to Chicago. And before he left, he was so dazed with his medication and his painkillers because there's so much pain to be in this cancer space. As I was approaching him to say goodbye, I was weeping like a baby. And I said to him, I said, I'm going to miss you. Because by that time, after serving someone for an extended amount of time, you become attached to them. It's just natural. Service leads to attachment. And he looked at me, even though he was completely blanked out and groggy, right? He looked at me through that, daze, and he said, why? Because I said, I will miss you. He said, why? We have the same best friend. I knew his destination at that point. So, when we serve Krishna, especially with the mood that Prabhupada just outlined for us, practical devotional service, we become attached to Krishna. And guess what? We might be dealing with bad habits. Prabhupada would say, you become packed with Krishna. Your life becomes so filled that you don't have time for bad habits. I've often received a question, and it's not like I'm free of the same bad habit. I've often received this question, I can't get, I'm so attached to my phone and dealing with my phone. What do you do? And, I spend hours on social media. I'm not going to ask you to raise your hand if you have that bad habit, but I've been asked that several times. This bad habit of scrolling through social media. Pack your life with Krishna. We all need to pack our life with practical devotional service to Krishna, where we don't have time to waste. What are some challenges to practically serving Krishna? Sometimes it's time. I don't have enough time to maybe go to the temple and help out with the Rath Yatra festival. Sometimes that service is not suited for me. My wife was telling a story yesterday that a devotee, she asked a devotee, can you help with assisting with a children's program? The devotee said, don't ask me to help assist. I only want to lead and teach the children. Okay, what do you do with that one? Right? It's not suited for me. There's a story of Jayapataka Maharaj. I don't know if anyone here is a disciple of Jayapataka Maharaj. One time, he asked the devotees, please clean the bathroom. Nobody was ready to go because it was a really terrible, icky bathroom to clean. Because devotees were reluctant, Maharaj himself went and cleaned the bathroom. And they were so embarrassed. So sometimes that is, we feel like a service is not suited for me. Another one is, we might be in conflict situations. I don't want to serve with that devotee. Or a bunch of devotees that, there's maybe some kind of group mentality, right? So that's an issue, etc. There's so many practical challenges to service, practical devotional service. I'm going to get to the conclusion here, keeping time in mind. There are many paths of yoga. There's karma yoga, jnana yoga, dhyana yoga, raja yoga, hatha yoga, which those three are similar. And then bhakti yoga. You could say there are 4 paths of yoga: karma, jnana, the yoga of detached work, the yoga of knowledge, the yoga of meditation, and ultimately the yoga of devotion. In the Bhagavad Gita, these 4 yoga paths are delineated. The Srimad Bhagavatam takes the Bhagavad Gita and puts it on steroids. So you may have heard of this section called the Uddhava Gita. In Uddhava Gita, the conclusion of Uddhava Gita, Krishna is explaining some kind of yoga that looks like this kind of practice. Uddhava says, my dear Lord, I fear that the method of yoga described by you is very difficult for one who cannot control the mind. Please explain. Give me something simple. How someone can more easily execute yoga. Please. Okay? Simple. We don't want to do this. This is tough. Anyone attracted to this picture? I hope not. I would be worried about you if you are. What does Krishna say? He gives multiple answers of how to make it easy. He gives like 4 different concepts. But one of those concepts of how to make yoga easy, at the end of the Uddhava Gita, and we're talking about concluding statements of Krishna. So this is like spotlights on it. This is important. How does he say we can easily practice yoga? Either alone or in public. So if you're introvert, no problem. Singing, dancing, and exhibitions of royal opulence arranged to celebrate holy days, ceremonies, and festivals set aside specially for my worship. And guess what's happening next week? Rath Yatra in Chicago. This is a picture from a previous. Exactly what Krishna says at the concluding messages of the Uddhava Gita. Celebrate festivals. Practical spirituality. This is where the rubber hits the road, not just metaphorically, but literally. Because you have the rubber of the wheels of the Rath Yatra cart hitting the road. All right, so we'll conclude there. I invite you to talk to the person next to you and spend the next 3 minutes or 2 minutes discussing your takeaways from this talk. What is something that you heard that you particularly, that hit you, that made an impression? All right, turn to the person next to you and try. Just have a conversation for the next 2 minutes. Thank you. Done? Come back to the room with us. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. I know it's tough to sometimes stop when you get started. Okay, anyone would like to share a reflection, or if you have a question or a comment, now would be the time to express it. Anyone have a comment, a question, or thought? Prabhu, you have a microphone, you can...
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you so much for coming, and we hope to see you more often, not after a gap of 3-4 years like it's been. Thank you for the wonderful class as well.
Can you put it close? I can't hear you so well.
Yes, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, there was one question regarding the mode of goodness, ignorance, and passion that you mentioned. That the service can be performed in either of three modes as well. So sometimes while performing service, we tend to forget why we are doing it. We are doing it, how to do it, and we get into details. So is it as an attachment to that service? Now, is it good or bad? Again, whether is it in mode of passion that we tend to get into detail and how to do it without remembering that why I am doing it.
Yeah, yeah. Certainly, that's a consequence of mode of passion. At the same, if you want a little more detail of what that looks like, um, yeah. All right, so you can read it. This is mode of goodness or mode of darkness. Go ahead. Can you read it with your microphone? Yeah.
Devotional service executed by a person who is envious, proud, violent, and angry, and who is a separatist is considered to be in the mode of darkness.
Yeah. This is passion.
The worship of deities in the temple by a separatist with a motive for material enjoyment, fame, and opulence is devotion in the mode of passion. Wow, okay.
And then mode of goodness.
When a devotee worships the Supreme Personality of Godhead and offers the results of his activities in order to free himself from inebrities of fruitive activities, his devotion is in the mode of goodness.
He has clarity of why. You see, if you see the mode of goodness, he's taken a step back and has a big picture view of why he's engaging and what he's doing. Mode of passion doesn't. They're more driven by some kind of reward or benefit. And then the next verse talks about devotional service that is in transcendental, that's beyond the modes of any modes, and it's like you're just attracted to Krishna. Like the Ganges flows to the ocean, you're just like, I can't not engage in loving service to Krishna. Third canto, 29th chapter. This detail is there.
Thank you.
Okay. We'll end. It's 6:30. Okay, thank you all very much. Appreciate your attention. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you so much, bro. One big round of applause, please. Lovely. Thank you so much. Thank you for the wonderful presentation. So now it's time for practicals, which is next Sunday. Please come for volunteering, all of you. So I have a few announcements. There are two sponsors for the Sunday Feast program. We want to have all the blessings of the devotees by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. The first sponsor is Damodar Das. His prayers are very nice. He's praying for auspiciousness, peace, and prosperity in Aryabrat and land of Jagannath, not for himself or for everybody else. So that is a very nice mood. And then the second sponsor is Soumya Mataji's sister's family, Venkat, Jhansi, Harshit, and Siddharth. They are requesting the blessings to all the devotees for their spiritual progress towards Krishna. So we will chant one round of Hare Krishna Mahamantra from the heart, praying for them. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Thank you so much. We'll have prasadam also for the Rath Yatra. We will have shuttles going from the temple, from the Loyola beach, and at the starting point, starting at 10:30 till the Rath actually, the cart actually starts. So you'll see that messages coming through in the WhatsApp groups to whom to contact. So we'll have shuttles going on. You can park your cars, come to the temple, and then we can, transport you back and forth here. So please look out for the messages. Parking information will be spread out. There is no assigned parking. It's the street parking will be free on Sundays if you can find one. Otherwise, there are a few spots in the Loyola Beach where you can park for pay. You can pay something there. You can also book in parking garages close to the Loyola Beach where you can park for the entire day. So those information will be coming out in the in the WhatsApp groups as well. So for next program, we'll go on the third floor for prasadam, and we'll have kirtan here at 7 o'clock, starting 7 o'clock also. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Closer, okay? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Next time. Should I do high? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Kishore Kishori 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 Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Jagannatha Baladeva Jaya Subhadra Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Jagannatha Baladeva Jaya Subhadra Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol I'm gonna go fast in like 5 minutes. Hare, scratch that. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Kishore Kishore, Jaya Kishore Kishore, Jaya Kishore Kishore, Jaya Kishore Kishore. Jaya Radhe Shyam, 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 Jaya Radhe Shyam. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
It's 2 beat, 2 beat, 2 beat. After that, it'll be 3 beat. After. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, ever loudly, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, loudly, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Ram Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaura Hare Bal, Hare Bal, Hare Bal, Gaura Hare Bal. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath Swami, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Jagannath Swami, Jai Jagannath. Jai Baladev, Jai Subhadra, Jai Baladev, Jai Subhadra, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath Swami, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath. Jai Baladev, Jai Subhadra, Jai Baladev, Jai Subhadra, Jai Baladev, Jai Subhadra, Jai Baladev. Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath Swami, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath Swami, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath Swami, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath Swami, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath. Jaya Baladev, Jai Subhadra, Jaya Baladev, Jai Subhadra. Jai Baladev, Jai Subhadra, Jai Baladev, Jai Subhadra, Jai Baladev, Jai Subhadra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jaya Jagannatha, 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 Jaya Jagannatha. Jaya Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra, Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra. Jaya Kishore Kishore, Kishore Kishore, Kishore Kishore, Jaya Kishore Kishore. Nithai Gora Hariba, 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 Nithai Gora Hariba. Nithai Gora Hariba, 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 Gora Hariba. Jagannath Swami ki, Jagannath Rath Yatra ki, Go Bhakta Vrinda ki. So when I was doing Nithai Gaur Haribo, so then it's kind of like a break. Nithai Gaur Haribo. Yeah. Yes. You did it. Yeah. Yes. No, it's just. It was a kind of hard. Yes.